Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the British Grand Prix qualifying broadcast, one of the most awaited moments of the season. We're at Silverstone for this quali session. I'm Kenny Charter. I'm accompanied as usual by Kevin Korstein. How are you doing?
Hello. We are back on the Silverstone track that we love.
And so for this quali session, we're gonna have some warm weather, but rain has come in since about an hour ago, and it's raining quite hard at the moment. So we are expecting rain for the whole qualification session. And also, latest news indicate potential rain for tomorrow's race.
Yeah, the forecast is casting some rain to us. But yeah, the quali is gonna be full wet conditions. So we will see what happens.
You can see with the live images, it's raining quite a lot right now. We actually don't know if cars will run on inters or full wets. In fact, might actually even be a full wet run.
It's it seems like intermediates for now. Yes, it's
We're
intermediate.
gonna see with this camera. Yes, Sardinia has intermediates at least. We see both Saubers rushing outside. Actually, every single team is rushing to send their cars out. At the moment, let's be clear, we have no idea if the conditions will worsen in the next few minutes or not, but it looks like it might actually worsen. Oh, is it a red flag?
Seems like
It's a red flag. Did someone crash out somewhere? We don't have the information at the moment.
But we have a red flag. Interesting. We don't know who had it, but yeah. We'll soon find out.
So apparently, from what we heard in the radio, it's for a car immobilizing on the track.
Yeah, but the red flag's already cleared out. Don't know what happened, but yeah.
Let's see, we're still under red. We might.
Yeah, we're back
Now
on
the
green
session
now.
will resume.
Yeah, that was fast. So yeah, we are waiting now for everyone to go out again.
While waiting for news, we didn't have the camera on the car that was immobilized somewhere in sector 1.
Yeah.
Sounds like a mechanical issue, but no idea who actually. Looks like okay. Communication from the FIA looks like it was Riley Swenson's car that was
Yeah, that stopped.
immobilized at the exit of turn 3. We don't know exactly the reason, but it's definitely a mechanical issue and not a crash.
Yeah, which is very interesting. We haven't seen this one in a while. And now to speak about the special liveries, we have McLaren with the chrome livery, the old chrome livery.
One of the nicest McLaren liveries, even though I've come to appreciate the papaya McLarens because they represent McLaren's colors better. But this silver metallic contrasting with the red of Vodafone just looks so good on the modern cars, don't they?
Then we have another one on the screens. It's Alpine, looking different.
you might actually not see them well with such bad conditions and a ton of spray everywhere. But this is the, I believe the Alpine anniversary livery. Am I correct?
Yeah, it might be. And we
With
have, I think we have one more actually. It's Williams that runs a special livery here. If we can get their picture on. Right now it's
racing
short
at
out.
home, but most teams actually
Yeah,
race
the
at home, don't they?
Williams is the first one to start, and we can see especially that they have the sponsor, different sponsors this time around. Egan on the screens, starting his lap now. On the wet, soaking Silverstone track.
Currently, the track conditions are nasty, if there are any other words to describe better what we're seeing, then feel free. But track conditions are extremely difficult, and the drivers will have very little amount of time to learn the track, to learn the track conditions. It looks like towards the pit lane, it's raining a bit more at the moment than on the opposite side of the track. But it's moving pretty much in that direction. So it's gonna be the opposite in a few minutes.
We're seeing everyone is out on the track and everyone is on the lap, so we don't know exactly what everyone is gonna do because it's looking the same. There are some little differences here and there, but still the same lap times that we have seen. Yeah, now the first one over the line is Egan.
Aaron Egan with the first reference time. It's a 35.2.
Now we wait everyone else to come across the line because
Ferrari below 35.
where is Jack Def? Jack Def is coming over the line now. Where is Jack Def gonna?
Championship leader with a
P5.
35.3 is a good indication.
Quartergevo now on those screens. Michael Schwartz.
Kortekevu, who is currently third of the Drivers' World Championship.
Michael Schwartz to 6th to 5th. Now Quartergevo to 2nd. Pretty good lap from those guys. Jason Roy, the homeboy.
Just 1 point behind Michael Schwartz for Kevu. And Jason Roy, who's on a streak of 2 consecutive podiums. And he's right there in the mix.
Yeah.
For a top finish at the end of the season. A top championship position.
Maisonen right now in danger. Being knocked out. Riley Swanson didn't even get the lap in. Robin Geisler and both Alpines.
So we're gonna have only 4 eliminated cars in Q1. So
Yeah.
that will leave a little bit more leeway for drivers to learn the track with a tiny bit less pressure. But obviously, it's getting difficult at the moment.
And we are seeing the McLarens, they have different helmets too. McLarens choose the entire package then for this weekend. And yeah, they're now reaching back to the pit lane. And now it's the waiting game that we haven't seen for a long time.
Everyone coming back to the pit lane. The conditions are currently quite stable, I would say. Not seeing any foreseeable improvement or worsening at the moment.
We can see how wet it actually is, like the pit lane, you can see how wet it is, and they can really lock up But they are doing it very slowly. They know.
And
The
this
puddles.
pit lane entry can be tricky. We've seen cars in the past crashing here, so
And already Springfield. He's out again. So that was past. Yeah, now everybody is rushing out again for the second lap. Springfield being the first one.
there's Springfield, who's been struggling lately, especially in quali.
Aston Martin itself have struggled a lot this season. Haven't had the best.
Indeed. Some fact actually started very, very hot with 4 consecutive top 5s, including a podium. But lately, besides Springfield's podium in Spain, Astons have been outside the points more often than not. Some fact actually managed to drive a wonderful comeback from dead last to P8. One of the drivers of that day for sure. But that was a race that had, let's say, some circumstances allowing that comeback.
Yeah.
Namely the early incidents.
Lucas Wright. The champion.
Lucas Wright, now a Red Bull driver, has been for 3 races.
Yeah, 3 races now.
And
Swapped
what a start with Red Bull.
Yeah, so far he is good to defend his title, but does he have enough momentum this season to defend it?
P2, P2, P7. That's Lucas Wright's streak as a Red Bull driver.
As we go back to Springfield now, he has started this lap. And seems like they are not improving. Maisonen is improving.
There's a tiny bit of a drier trajectory, but not everywhere.
Yeah. Nathaniel is improving. They are not proving much, they are proving a little bit.
And a few green sectors left and right. Aaron Egan, namely, we're on board with him. And he is so far able to improve a little bit.
Yeah, seems like he's the only one to improve a lot so far. Can he improve his lap time now? Even Maisonen is improving a little bit. But is it enough? Yes, it is. Lucas Wright is now out of qualifying. Liam De La Grasse is improving. Maradona is improving. Let's see. Liam De La Grasse now right behind Egan. Maradona now. Let's see Maradona. Can he improve? Lucas Wright improved his second sector now. It's the final laps maybe. If
You
they
can see
improve.
under these extreme conditions, even the top speed is affected. Cars barely going over 280.
Maradona only 16th. And Liam De La Grasse up to P2.
De La Cruz will make it to Q2. That's news of the day.
And Lucas Wright and can improve. Sam Fact is now knocked out. Jason Roy now needs to improve. The whole
And
boy.
he's on track to improve indeed. Michael Zwart is also on a pretty strong lap. Um, Cameras on the Dutchman. And indeed, that's P3. And Verhagen's first lap still the best at the moment.
Yeah, so far so good for the Red Bull rookie that they choose. After and Jason Roy only one place improvement behind Lucas Wright. But maybe they have one run remaining. We will see. They say that this is the longest pit lane of the season.
Definitely one of, if not the longest.
Yeah, 60 kph or 80 or what is the speed limit here? Was it 60 or 80?
I think it's 80.
Yeah, 80 kilometers per hour and a long pit lane.
But the pit lane entry at least cuts the last two corners a little bit. So I don't think it's the most sanctioned pit lane of the season.
Alfonso Cascino on our screens, the only Haas driver remaining on the session.
Portuguese driver will try to save the honor of Haas for this quali session.
And you can see how slowly they are coming in. And they are going out for another lap.
No need to rush indeed to come in. They have plenty of time to go out and drive another.
Robin Geisner being the first one. Yeah, we have 4 cars out on the track only. Nobody else
Also
can go out.
can be troublesome to warm up the tires here.
Yeah, it's getting wetter.
It's easy to spin out doing that.
Yeah. Remember in Bahrain, was it Robin Geisner who spun and put it on pole? No, it was Sardinha. Sardinha was the one that spun on the outlap and put it on pole instantly. And we have 4 cars on the track to try and do something. Have we talked about the mid-season testing that is coming?
I believe not quite yet.
Yes, we can talk about
We
it now.
touched the word last week, but didn't really dive into it. It will take place after the Hungarian Grand Prix, and not before, like traditionally.
Yeah, a week after that they are going to Austria, back to Spielberg, to test the 2026 parts privately, so it's gonna be a private test. And after that, the next week after the Austrian test, they are gonna go into Barcelona to stream us the second part of the mid-season testing. So they're getting a lot of hours.
Indeed, and it's on a logistics standpoint, it's pretty well organized, because if you look closer at their travels, let's say, they're gonna go from Hungary straight to Austria, which is next door. Then, okay, Spain is not exactly next door, they have to be back to the Netherlands. But it's still reasonable.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job planning that. And is anyone improving? Yes, they are. Robin Geisner is improving his lap, so maybe he is safe
And
after all.
Philipp Verhaeren is improving his lap, which is the most surprising because he's the fastest currently.
Yeah,
Seems to be
Väisänen,
loving the rain.
yeah, Väisänen and Springfield so far not improving. Robin Geisner second sector improving. Springfield and Väisänen didn't improve. Verhaeren didn't improve.
It's still a good sector 2 that he's driving.
Yeah, so far so good for him. He has been unlucky recently with races. So many issues with the car. And now not into Q2. Still out. Not enough.
Robin Geisner seems to be struggling in these conditions, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be the end of a dream for him. The one to reach a Q3 or Q2 or Q3 in Silverstone. Starting from the back. Well, it will be less of a problem tomorrow, knowing it's a track where it's possible to race. Maybe not as much as we've seen last week, but the conditions will probably make enough of a shake-up of the grid to allow them to potentially come back. Also notable, both Alpines missed Q2, which
This is the first time we have seen that in a long while.
indeed they were on a pretty decent stretch, but unfortunately for them, this Sunday will be a lot more difficult than they anticipated. Further up the rankings, to the exception of course, Aston Martin and Sauber, all teams qualified both their cars to Q2. Of course, let's keep in mind that Sarah Springfield will have a penalty on the grid come Sunday. Alright. We are now going to have a very short ad break before Q2 begins.
And we are back, and we can see we are on the full wets.
We actually are pretty sure cars will come out of the pit lane with full wet tires. Just looking at the window and seeing how intensely it's raining at the moment.
Yeah, we saw the teams putting the full wets on, changing out the intermediates and putting the full wets on. So yeah. It's very interesting choice from the teams. But it has been raining, the last 10 minutes it has rained a lot more.
Indeed, the track just keeps getting wetter and wetter at the moment. It's going to be somewhat difficult.
But yeah, are you talking about mid-season testing? Are you excited for that this season?
I believe, well, ahead of major regulation changes that are on the way, especially the sessions held in Spielberg will be, well, the first look, or not even a look, but a first glimpse at what the next season could look like. Knowing it's gonna be testing a few of the parts designs for next season on the current cars, so not the whole car will be compliant to next season's regulations, of course. But that's already enough of a glimpse at what next season cars, how next season cars could behave. to already be very interesting. And then, of course, when the teams will be back in Barcelona to test their evolutions on the current package, we will have a better understanding at how the second half of the season could shape up. Well, a bit less than second half, because we're gonna be past halfway point of the season after this Silverstone race. So mid-season testing takes place after race 14 out of 24, which is a little bit past the halfway point, technically.
Yeah, I'm excited because they're gonna, when we get to the Barcelona, they're gonna try the new tires. The new tires and the wheel rims and everything, but nothing much. We have heard that from the FIA. It's gonna be a 5-day test and the teams have 3 days. So
they're going to test the new tires with the current package as well.
Yeah.
That's interesting indeed, knowing that the aerodynamic load will be distributed completely differently next year.
Yeah, but we will see what they are gonna do.
I'm also a little bit skeptical about Pirelli's approach on. Well, at least they're also gonna make the teams test the new tires in Spielberg. But to also perform tests on the current packages sounds a little bit weird to me. I guess they need just more data. Aaron Egan with a good first flying lap. Sardinia in second currently. Times are obviously slower as we're driving on full wets on a wetter track. 37.7 is the mark.
And everyone else being...
Just Nathaniel with a decent time, just over 38.
Van der Steen now, coming through the final corner. The slowest corner, they say. Yeah, not much.
And especially slow today.
Yeah, with the full wets.
Well, it depends. It depends. Turn 5 is extremely slow.
And we can see how many cars are here. They're all bunched up.
Oh, look at the traffic intensity. Well, density. So this turn is really slow.
Oh, we can see the helicopter view now. We can see how much, how close they are to each other, to get something at least. Yeah, they're doing the same lap times.
And then the 180-degree right-hander here is quite slow as well.
Oh, and we have a replay. Lucas right on the screens.
Lucas right behind, was it Vesenen?
Ooh, a lock up.
A little bit of a heater there. He almost lost the car in the braking zone.
Now into Maggots and Beckets. We go the best corners, they say, on the F1 calendar.
I strongly disagree. Well, they are awesome, but they are, to me, much more exciting corners. We've got to speak about Eau Rouge. We've also got to speak about some of the corners they have in Austin. Of course, has to be mentioned parts of the Jeddah track, to be honest.
Yeah,
really
Jeddah's
wonderful.
first sector.
Jeddah's first sector is insane.
And now we have another replay. What's happened? Xiaolei. Through the final corner. Ooh, a little lockup on braking.
Whoa, I wonder how he even locked up there.
And
On
Lucas Wright's just bit
was
us.
it just a spin on acceleration and not a lockup? I don't really know. It sounded like a lockup, to be honest.
Lucas Wright has
Pretty
bit us
bizarre.
before finishing his lap. Is he gonna change to intermediates? I wonder. Yeah, we are seeing on the commentary box that Red Bull is bringing out intermediates. So they are, yeah. Sardinia is the first one.
Actually, Sardinia is the first to switch to the intermediates. Rain is indeed calming down here, and all the times that we've just seen will simply not hold. So Sardinia is out and Inters. We're seeing in front of us Nathaniel put the Inters as well. And race control is now telling all the teams that track conditions improved by 1 level. Of course, it's up to the teams to make the strategic adjustments to what they observe.
How much of an improvement will this lap be now?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's still raining quite a lot, as you can see. It's just less extreme than what it was earlier. I would assume it would get closer to the Q1 times, so a 1.5 or 2 second improvement is totally expected, I would say. But that is only if conditions remain like this and do not worsen again.
Yeah, nobody else is out expect Sardinia, Nathaniel and Aiden. Nobody else is still out, so they are waiting until the cars are cleaning the track, but 3 cars aren't enough.
They're maybe just waiting to get data from the Inter guys. If the Inter guys actually improve less than they think, they might actually still go out with the full wets.
They are now coming out. Three cars are going out. Egan's teammate, no, 4 cars now. Quartekevo is going out now. Nathaniel is just starting his lap, maybe. Let's hope he doesn't get traffic now. And no, Sardinia is not improving. 29.0 for the first sector. It's not good.
So are the Inters not the correct tire? Do you think? Or just did Duarte Sardinia make a mistake somewhere, especially struggling to put the throttle down? Maybe I don't really know.
But he is improving in sector 2, so he made a mistake somewhere. But we didn't see it.
It's very possible indeed. What I'm seeing is that now the rain is really calmer than earlier, and every single car is now exiting the pit lane with Inters.
Michael Swart and Afonso Cascino is still in the pit lane. And Sardin have to P3, so he did improve. Nathaniel now, his lap got a little bit held up in turn 3. And Egan with the 40.9 already. We are not seeing any improvements in sector 1. Does that mean sector 1 is still wet?
And Egan's purple in sector 2 is pretty strong.
Yeah. And yeah, Lucas right now out on lap. Just starting his lap. And yeah, we will see now. What is the lap time gonna be? He didn't complete his full wet lap time.
Did they have the information at Red Bull that it was going to steadily improve over the session? And they just
And Jack
liked
Def
to
already
wait?
with the 28.4.
Imagine if that were the case.
Yeah, Lucas right with the 28.3.
Oh, purple for right. Good sector from Kevu, good sector from De La Cruz, good sector also from Jack Teff, the championship leader at the moment. We're seeing some interesting stuff, I believe.
Yeah, now we can see the cars have cleaned Sector 1 pretty much clean, and the Sector 1 times are now improving. We didn't see it on the start when they switched to intermediates. 40.9 for Jack Def now. Liam De La Grasse taking the second sector. Jack Def now crossing the line. What's it gonna be for him? No improvement for Sector 2, Sector 3. Väisänen and Lucas Wright top the session instantly.
De La Cruz with a purple in sector 2 and finishes his lap with the best time, and there's a yellow flag that's been waved in sector 1 apparently. It's around turn 3. That's a spin from Casino, classic under these conditions. We haven't seen a lot of these so far. Driver's been pretty good at keeping it clean at the moment.
And Xiao Lei now going over the line. They're all improving, we can see that. And up to B8. Only B8. Jason Roy
track
now.
Conditions steadily improving.
Up to
Jason
B5.
Roy only 4/10 behind the best time. In 5th position.
Springfield and Michael Spark to come now.
Springfield with a very decent sector 2.
Oh, so far so good. Not bad. And
Sarah Springfield only 1/10 off De La Cruz's time. Michael Zwart with a good sector 1. We're seeing him in the S's past Chapel and into sector 3.
And let's see, can he improve his sector 3 now? He didn't have any traffic, but they made a mistake somewhere, it seems. Because 42.1 is pretty slow for a sector 2 time.
Indeed. Looks like Michael Zwart made a mistake.
He's Mr. Saturday.
Somewhere in sector 2.
And Mr. Saturday is no longer a Mr. Saturday, it seems.
This turned into a Mr. Sunday after his win last week.
Yeah, not looking good. And that's it now. I don't think Xiao Lei is doing something. No, he's not.
Zhao Lei not able to improve, meaning that currently the 9 cars that will advance to Q3 are De La Cruz, Verhagen, Springfield, both Kevin and Roy for Racing Bulls, right for Red Bull, Van der Steen, Väisänen, and the championship leader Jack Teff is through right on the cut line.
We have Xiao Lei, Eren Eigen, Michael Schwartz, Duarte Sardinha, Joshua Nathaniel, and Afonso Cashinha. Knocked out in qualifying 2. Quick look at the timing screen then. they are not. They have not improved their lap times, as it seems. It's getting worse.
It was even towards the end of the session. It was more wet than it was early in Q1 for sure.
Yeah, and we have Eren Eigen. Jack Def was on the danger line. But yeah, we will go into a short break, and we will be right back when qualifying 3 starts. We are back on qualifying 3 now.
We're in Q3, and the conditions are significantly better. The trend from the end of Q2 really continued during the break, and we are seeing now a much drier track with, well, it's still wet out there, but I believe later in the session there might be some sort of a drier trajectory on the racing line. Because it actually stopped raining for 5 minutes. Now it's raining again a little bit. And as you can see, well, this track absorbs water pretty well. And it's a lot better than it was in Q1 and Q2. So we're gonna see some faster corner speeds, faster speeds in general, and times probably way below 130.
We have a
Have a
yellow
yellow
flag.
that's already raised.
Don't have a replay yet. Oh, we have a replay. Vandestein. Ooh, going a little bit wide.
Going wide in the outlap. A
Common
little bit
mistake.
surprising if you were to ask me.
Yeah, common mistake. It's a rookie and it's wet. And maybe touched a little bit more wetter patch than usual or something. Don't know the reason.
It sounds about right indeed.
But yeah, it's unusual to see drivers making mistakes on the outlaps other than spins. Lucas Wright will be the first one to challenge the track.
Lucas Wright, will he be able to continue to capitalize on his good streak at the moment? As I said earlier, 227, his last race results.
And he has started his lap.
And in qualifying hasn't been great though. Missed Q3 the last 2 races in Canada and Austria, so it's already better.
Yeah, for Liam de la Crosse it's the same. He's in Q3.
Liam de la Cruz, who's in Q3 for the second time in a row. But it's only his 4th Q3 of the season, and we're already 12 races into the season. So it's definitely a relief for him to just start accumulating Q3s. It's nice for him.
Yeah, he needs them, but he's gonna be retiring at the end of the season. He needs those points to finish high up before he retires. Which is gonna be sad, but that gives opportunity to younger drivers.
Of course, we never know with career choices. Come the end of the season, the decision might change. But as of now, that was news that we actually didn't really mention in today's broadcast, but it was mentioned on social media so much that I guess you didn't really needed us to mention it.
Now everyone is improving a lot on the laps. Van der Steen now
30.1 for
crossing
both
the
Wright
line.
and Springfield.
Oh, Liam Delacroix
Oh,
making a
and a
mistake.
spin!
Let's hope
A spin
nobody
for Delacruz.
nobody's there.
Live on camera.
Thank God nobody was there at the same time. But it's a yellow flag. They need to slow down. And we can see it again. We saw it on live camera. And yeah, just lose the back end.
Classic.
Oh, there
wet
was
track
someone.
spin.
There was someone. That was Jack Def, I think. Sagan is
Was
out.
it Jack Teff right
Yeah.
behind who got
Yeah.
a little bit... Oh, yes, indeed. And that's gonna be all in for the second run for the championship leader. Not really lucky. And Väisänen, who proves once again that he's a top qualifier in this championship. He managed to drive a Sector 3 out of this world. And he's the first driver to get below the 130 mark. Eetu Väisänen. He's been battling with this Ferrari for a little while now.
It's been a year because last year he got the Ferrari seat after delivering with the Haas. That was low.
And last two races failed to score points, finished 17th and 15th. Before his absence in Spain, he was on 3 podiums in a 4-race stretch. In Jeddah, Imola, and Monaco, including a dominant win in Imola.
It's not looking good for Ferrari.
But qualifying wise, Eetu Väisänen only missed a single Q3 the entire season, which is an even better record than Michael Swartz.
Yeah, true.
And he's still here today.
Yeah, maybe Väisänen is the Mr. Saturday that we have been talking about. Maybe he's the hidden talent.
Väisänen is the Mr. Consistency on Saturday, maybe.
Yeah.
Michael Swartz has had a lot more top finishes in the qualification. He's had a whopping 7 top 3 finishes in qualification in the last 11 races. Just that among the other 4 there are 3 missed Q3s. There is just not that with Väisänen. Much less of the peak, and much less of the... how to say... of the down. And we're hearing in the radio comms that it's raining a little bit more now.
Yeah, not much, but we can see it's drizzling. But not very hard. Philip Verhaeren now. It's looking pretty good for him so far in this Red Bull seat.
A pretty strong debut, a top 5 in Austria. He's doing great for a rookie.
Yeah, and we can see a little bit of sunlight on the back straight.
A distant view. And now it's raining less again.
Yeah.
That means the track conditions are improving, or will be improving a little bit. That would put Väisänen's pole on the line again.
Yeah, Väisänen is on outlap. We have Lucas Bright and Kortekevu who haven't... They are now coming out as we speak about them. We have called them. And now let's see Verhaeren starting his lap now. Will he improve?
We can see that other teams waited quite a long time before sending their cars out again.
Van der Steen started his lap. Springfield started her lap.
It's green for Verhaeren so far.
Yeah, we can see again a little bit of sunlight popping out. There is definitely a little bit of sun peeking from the sky.
It's still raining, but the sun rays are definitely trying to pierce through.
Through Maggots and Beckett's now to second sector, 38.7.
It's at least 2 seconds faster than Q2.
Yeah, Van der Steen and
But it is not the fastest
Springfield
sector 2.
is not improving so far.
Van der
Jason
Steen
Roy
not
is
able to
improving.
improve thus far. Another rookie who has been doing really good job since
Yeah.
he joined F1, just already before joining Mercedes.
Van der
Fourth
Steen-
time for Verhaeren, and he's actually in the same millisecond as Springfield. But I guess because Springfield set her time first, she's in third place. Sector improvements for Jason Roy and Jack Teff so far.
Yeah, and we have heard from the from social media that there are talks about Jason Roy and Lucas Wright fighting for the Racing Bull seat now. Who's gonna stay on Racing Bull? So we're gonna go back to Red Bull. Jason Roy going to the pole position, but not enough for him. Only 69 tenths.
Purple sector 3.
And Lucas Wright. Look at Lucas Wright.
Purple
Now.
sector 1 for Lucas Wright.
It's all the play.
But
for.
he's gonna have some dirty air now.
Yeah, but so far so good for him. Let's see the sector 2 time after Maggots and Beckett's now. But he is gaining a lot of time. And sunlight peeking out again.
Is taking some slipstream the ideal plan
And now
in
it's
these conditions?
now it's gonna show him a little bit more. 'Cause now he's gonna gain a lot of time. And he's closing in. We can see how much he's closing in. Not going through the to 8th gear. They know 8th gear isn't the fastest on the wet track. Can
Following
Lucas right
De La
now.
Cruz, if I'm correct.
Can he put it the ball?
Liam De La Cruz with
No.
a good time, and Lucas Wright with an even better time. He's purpled sector 3. He's just ahead of him on the grid. P3 on the grid. P4 for De La Cruz. And Ferraris with a strong showing here.
Yeah. And Quartegevo only P9. Not good
A technical track in difficult conditions. You need downforce, you need good grip. And they seem to just be doing well in these conditions. When top speed is not required, Ferrari is one of the best cars on the grid, and they're showing it again with 2 very skilled drivers as well. And as all drivers cross the line, the only one who needs to who still has to cross the line again is the poleman, Eetu Väisänen. Congratulations to him as he scores his 2nd pole position of the season. And a late bid from Lucas Wright with De La Cruz slipstream was not enough because of sector 2 dirty air.
And actually Jason Roy, the homeboy, he now has a good chance to win. To break the home curse.
Jason Roy, P2 on the grid. We did not mention him that much today, but He's been doing excellent job since he's in Racing Bulls. Remember 3 podiums in the last 4 races. He's right there.
Yeah, he showed himself in Alpine, and now he's in Racing Bulls, and he has proven to the team he has got everything to challenge the top guys.
Definitely, he's more than proved that he's capable.
Yeah, but we have...
And yeah, just looking forward to him contending maybe later this season for the championship. He's starting from far back, but he has a good car. He's showing consistency, and there are still a lot of races. Worth noting that Sarah Springfield will not start in 3rd row, as she has a 3-place penalty, meaning that Verhagen, Van der Steen, Tef, Cavu, everyone behind against the 3 drivers behind, gain 1 spot. So not Cavu actually. Verhagen, Van der Steen and Jack Tef will start 1 position higher tomorrow on the grid.
Yeah, we have...
I think we've stated all.
Yeah, we have Eetu Väisänen starting first tomorrow, Jason Roy on 2nd, then Lucas Wright and Liam de la Grasse on second row. Sarah Springfield will not start 5th but qualified 5th. Philippe Verhaeren, P6, Wesley Van der Steen, Jack Depp and Quartege will end the top 9.
That was it for today's qualifying in really difficult conditions, but the drivers held it up really well. No crash, a couple of spins. The drivers did a really good job today in general, that's for sure. And tomorrow they will also need, because it will not be all dry yet again. It's going to rain. It is not sure it's going to rain actually. It might rain, and in significantly lower amounts than today, but might be a factor that spices up tomorrow's race, most definitely.
Yeah, but I hope you all have enjoyed this broadcast. We will see you all tomorrow. And
See you tomorrow.
Goodbye.